What is up, risk takers? Welcome to the Kill Pete strategy. I am Pete. I'm a top player in Risk Global Domination. For daily release on YouTube, I do weekday streams on Twitch, and if you are interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channels. Come along the ride with me. This video we're going to do slightly different than normal. So normally we play Europe Advanced Progressive Capitals. The risk meta settings, and I love them. You love them. Today, we're going to focus specifically on the first turn, cap choice. So, what are the important considerations for cap choice? What are the blizzards? What is the turn order? What do you have on what territory? So, the first thing that jumps out to me is I have a lot of material in the France sphere. I generally dislike France as a cap choice. I also generally dislike the noob corner or anything noob corner adjacent. The next thing you want to notice is I'm in the 5th seat. So if I cap on a 1, it becomes a 4, right? You get 3 troops on it. I face risk of getting that cap rolled by red, purple, black, or yellow before I get my first turn. So those are the couple of things you want to consider. It's not just about where you want to be, it's about when in the turn order potentially weaker cap will be allowed to exist. So for this open, what are the significant blizzards? The Rhine Blizzard creates a pocket where the noob corner runs around and runs around. The Egypt Blizzard here creates a pocket. So that's a deep corner that then runs around through the black capital. Unfortunately, we don't see any of the other caps in the open, and then the bottom right, of course, is normal. So I could, another thing you want to think about is don't neighbor cap unless you really, really, really have to. I'm going to try this. I'm going to try this 3. We know nobody's in London. So I actually think this is a good start. For blue, do we see magenta? Also, we don't see anyone else's cap. So what are the blizzards? What is the turn order? And who capped where? Now let's see if my decision to cap in northern France will give me a noob corner play. That is Iceland, Great Britain, maybe Scandinavia, maybe France. I don't love France, though. I think France is actually fairly weak. Bonus because it's just it's so much of a crossroads, right through the middle of the board. I'm essentially playing the London position, just one territory out. So I think my job in this open is to take Iceland, but there's always an elevated risk of Iceland and the noob corner in general, right? Because there's that high likelihood that someone else has decided that they would like to hang out there alongside you. Black rolls 4 V2s. Good job. Good job, Black. So my prediction is that purple put a cap interior, either in Ireland or... what is this territory called? Mercia. And we're going to find that out. Don't know where yellow is. Yeah, we're going to find that out. And I bet you they did. So let's just see if my intuition is correct there. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe not. They just tried to steal Okay, so then purple's in Oslo? Yellow's in Oslo. Purple had no business being there at all. Very interesting. Okay. Good to know. Okay, so for game 2, we are in the 3rd position. 3rd position means you can be a bit more risky with capping on 1s. I have a 2 with the Gascony cap. Gascony is generally great with a blizzard in Morocco or southern Spain. It goes from good to great. I think we snap take Gascony here. My other options, but let's still consider the plays for other players. So we don't have a hard choke in Russia. We don't have a hard choke in the middle of the board. We do have 3 hard chokes on this board at the bottom. We have the Istanbul choke, which splits the action from Africa into Greece and then Russia. We have the Morocco plus the Northern African choke around Sardinia, which makes all of the action from this pocket force that way. So I'm pretty happy to cap on Gascony and take Spain early, because it will allow me to maybe leverage the African material, maybe not, but either way, I'll be logging off a 1 point plus 4, right? You see the Spain pocket now. So plus my capital is going to be worth 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 for the rest of the game. Now, unfortunately, green is dumb. They have captained Portugal. So I don't know the green sees where I am, but I have them locked in a pocket. So one of my there's 3 basic rules for these settings, regardless of cap choice, and 2 of them refer to cap choice. And those rules are: don't cap in corners, don't cap in Iceland, and put troops on your capital. So we have the green player who's chosen the Portugal cap. They capped in a corner. They're dumb. We are going to see a scenario play out here where the blue player, myself, ends up with a green player that's locked in the pocket. Green won't ever be able to hold the bonus, and we eat them. Maybe they realize that they're locked in the pocket. Red's also chosen a very terrible cap. Red's cap choice is super terrible. Don't do stuff like this. It's not technically a corner, but it really doesn't guard the bonus it's in. And when the bonus the cap is in has been taken, your cap is then closed, and you can't use it to make kills. So my turn 1 is fairly straightforward. All I want to do here is I want to roll off the 3 and put those troops on my capital. So that's rule number 3. Put troops on your capital. And in this situation, since I'm not going to be able to take the bonus I was expecting my cap to guard, all I have to do then is put troops on my capital. And we're going to leave the green player locked behind us in a pocket. Yeah, red's spiraling out of control, and they don't quite finish. Now red has no troops on their capital. Let's see if green does the same. Green now realizes they're locked in a pocket. And oops, you're dumb. Okay, oops, he realizes he's dumb. We like that. We don't know where the white cap is, so we have the red cap, which I'm going to steal. We have the green cap. We have mine. We have orange. We don't know magentas. Figure magenta's the top of the map. And can we get a read on where white might be? Okay, so white's probably here. Okay, so another thing you want to do in the open is figure out where people are. Try and read through the fog, see what they're taking, and given what they're taking, where their cap is likely to be. This is a fun game. I kind of want to play it out a bit more. Now I'm going to steal the red cap, because red should absolutely be punished for being that dumb. Orange takes Italy? I don't love Orange's capital. I don't hate it. Anybody get a terminal? Okay, Orange is getting +4, so what do we suppose Orange has? Noob corner? I'm curious to know. Do we see magenta hold anything? Guybrush gets 6. Not a bonus yet. Okay, so magenta's in Russia. Pretty clear, right? You can see why those attacks that magenta is now guarding out with some material. We don't know where their cap is, but it's almost for sure in the Russia sphere. We take the red cap here. Sorry, red, you're dumb, and you're going to die. Okay. And I kind of want to play this out because we now have a traditional 2-cap open. We see 5v4. Yeah, and he loses all his troops. Perfect. So now I'm in a 2-cap open with a player locked behind me in a pocket. So red. If you see this on YouTube, you failed rule number 3, which is put troops on your capital. Red has sued out, didn't gain a single, didn't remove a single one of my troops, and is now locked in the pocket. Or sorry, is now botted out. The green player in Portugal, we're going to see him chip at the Spain position. Eventually, green is going to lose their exterior. Then they're going to be locked behind me, and I can either let them card skip and eat them when the time is right, or I can kill them with their cards and take the. We'll figure out. We'll figure out what we do with green. I want to see if they finish Spain, because as soon as they finish Spain, I have to keep breaking. Yes, they finished Spain. And Sue's me. Oh shit! Did we see that, folks? Did you guys see that? So that was a beyond a positive roll. I think that was an impossible roll. 13v12 cap roll. Someone can do the odds. What are the odds of a 13v12 cap roll in balance splits? Right, bearing in mind that the cap defends with 3 troops. I don't think it's possible. And I mean, by possible, I mean very, very, very statistically unlikely. It was probably still the best move for green, given that they were locked in the pocket, but I think it was an astronomically lucky, at least if the dice worked normally. And as we well know, the dice and Risk are not normal, and they're quite broken at the moment, as you see. So green has 2 caps. Maybe we get it back. We probably get it back. So what I'm going to do on my turn is I'm going to add, go break, 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 just to cost green as much as I possibly can. We're just working on Italy. Orange should be very happy about this. And Argentina now has Russia, as I said. And now they're working Orient. Great. Yeah, because as soon as they guard here, they don't actually have to extend the number of fronts. They just take all of Orient. Yeah, really good for Magenta. He isn't overextending? Oh, he is. Okay. Finishes, though. I don't think anyone's going to interrupt because I'm already at war. And lucky, lucky green. So, how do the dice work? So, this costs green 2 troops. This costs green 4. And if it lands, this costs him another 2 troops. It doesn't. Too bad. Too bad. So there you have it. That's game 2. Okay, so for game 3, we start in the ultimate seat. So the ultimate seat is really rough. The ultimate seat leaves you with the fewest viable options. Now I have a few good ones here. Turn order is unfavorable, but lucky, I think no, that doesn't actually do anything. Maybe we take the kill guard. So let's talk about this. This is actually a very interesting decision. Sevastopol, this territory, is just about the worst territory on the map to cap. Donetsk is not great, but it does one specific thing really well, and that's kill guard the player in Sevastopol. In the open, The only player who sees who's in Sevastopol is the player in Donetsk. And if you cap in it, nobody else knows. It's only between the two of you. Nobody else knows who is playing as yellow in the pocket. And you have that kill guard. So if somebody kills yellow or goes for the yellow kill at any point in the game, you are the person who knows who's back there. In this board position with solid choke, solid choke, solid choke, this cap here actually becomes a corner. So taking the 2 here is equivalent to capping in a corner. Don't do that. We see where purple goes, so capping in the corner behind them is unwise, and you always want to cap on a 2 or a 3 in the ultimate seat. Risking capping on a 1 is incredibly risky. So my available options are shit here, right? My options are terrible. I think I'm going to take the kill guard because either way, I'm neighbor capping red, which you don't want to do. We haven't talked about neighbor capping yet. Neighbor capping sucks because it kind of forces you into a war right away. The other option is the mid-France cap, which I also don't like. All my options suck. So given that all my options suck, maybe the 2? The kill guard is a neighbor cap. I think the 2 gets better in context. So this is extremely marginal, but I'm going to choose this 2 because it's still capping a corner. That sucks. I don't want to immediately go to attrition with red for a shitty cap in Donetsk. Purple's going to see a 1 in Iceland. Do we see them roll 5v3? We do. I don't know if they won it. Troops go back to the capital. They did win it. Okay. So purple has Iceland. What does yellow do? Yellow has a great capital. So yellow has this and a piece of Orient. But instead of that, they put a troop in France. Why? What is the troop in France for? Weird. They wanted to roll 4v2 and get lucky. Interesting. Yeah, so I would say starting in the ultimate seat here, given where my stacks were, given where other people chose, there's no real play to this. My open sucked anyway. You sliced it. I could have capped on a 3 behind purple. I could have capped on a 3 in the same bonus that green's trying to take. I could have capped on a 2, either neighbor capping red, or I could have capped on a 2 in a corner, which is the one I chose. So my line of play for this game is to immediately take this, and then at least I hold a +4 that's locked off from the rest of the board, but only yellow and green know where my cap is. Let's see if it works. Okay, red's working on Russia. Yeah, let's see if it works. If I reveal that someone is already capped in Southeastern Europe, I'm even more fucked, but you know what? That shouldn't be too much of a surprise for anyone. Take the 2. Yeah, we find the white cap. Ah, that sucks. Poor guy. I know. Poor guy. Sorry, man. For game 4. Second seed. Bunch of 2s. Okay, blizzards. Hard choke and Scandi. Split. Scandi. Bulgaria would make choke. Choke, very interesting. I pick that. Take Russia. Ooh. Okay, we have the black capital. I'm second act. Hard choke here. So black could have had a 100% noob corner. As could I. Do we like this better? No, because just my luck, someone's in fucking Scotland, right? I'm gonna go for the. What do we do here? Do we like the Georgia capital? Just try and lock down the East. I think that's the best line of play. but it's not great. All sorts of options, right? I could have picked Rhine here. Or I take Iceland, split Scandi, split Great Britain, makes that way worse. All this really does is guard Iceland. So my game plan here is to take Eastern Europe, ideally, quickly as possible. Green might cap on the 4. This discourages them from doing that, but doesn't prevent it. Do we see the white capital? So we have hard choke up here, hard choke here. Purple capping there is great, but purple's probably not going to cap on one. We see the white capital is Netherlands. Netherlands is a terrible cap, folks. Don't do that. It's almost always wrong to cap Netherlands. Do we see green take Iceland? Do we see green take the 4, neighbor cap me? Hope not. I'd be very happy to not see green's capital, frankly. Or if they take Iceland, then we just laugh. Second seed, I'm really going to want to push some action. And we're going for this. We're going for the +8. Nobody's going to resist the +8. Okay, we don't see green. And do we see purple? Romania would be great if it was earlier for you. Okay. So, black wants Spain. Why would you put troops out there? Oh, black wants Africa. Okay. Cool. Black keeps 5 troops on his capital. Okay. Okay. All right. So, game 5. We are playing as white. Third seat. Okay. This guards Spain if I want it. Black could cap after me. Ooh, great choice for green. Wow, that blizzard config in the middle is nuts. I think I take the other half of Generic Alps and then leverage Generic Alps into this. So green, he's capped, but he doesn't actually have the bonus he's in. Problem is, if I cap here, yeah, I think I do cap there because, so we got some really heavy choked up board between the east-west if we do this. And I like that a lot. So the noob corner is long. Noob corner extends to here, and it's Iceland, the top part of Britannia, all of Scandinavia, Karelia to there. So we have a long noob corner with these blizzards. I pick third. Do we see blue there? No. Man, I don't know that I do that. Because it neighbor caps blue, though. It neighbor caps blue. I like your choice. Fuck it. This could be a wild and wacky game. 3 caps in the middle of the board. This is wild, folks. Look at this. We're doing it for the screenshot, folks. OMG. All right, we do see where black goes. That's fine. Okay. And 8v5. I knew what you were going to do, and I fucked you. I fucked you good. Sorry, green. Green goes back to cap. All right. So green actually can't take a bonus. Blue knows where I am. I mean, he just wants to connect his material. Cool. Sweet. So that 3 is actually going to go down. I don't think the 3 blocks me. Do you have anyone in Romania? That would be another interesting thing to figure out. Yeah, I think blue just wants Italy. Fine. All right. So connect. Hopefully don't lose any troops. All right, so we have a +4 turn 1. Hee hee hee. This is a crazy, crazy capital selection. So green, me, blue, all in the middle. Green off bonus. Blue's going to have Italy. I'm going to have dinero caps. Maybe blue takes this, in which case I take that. Either way, I think I do want the +8 rather than a second +4. All right, so cap choice for game 5. We ended up playing 3 of the 5 games out all the way. 1-2, lost 1. Starting the first position, there's a bot. So one of the things that changes the math slightly is where's the bot going to cap? We start. So the first thing we want to do is we want to, again, pay very close attention to the blizzard. So whomever caps here or here has a lock on France and Spain. And that's a glorious France and Spain. So we're going to assume that somebody takes this. Now, I can try and block, but my guess is someone caps there. And I would almost be certain of it. So the problem is with these 2 3s, I can't actually leverage that unless I want to go whole hog on finding out if someone's there and hitting it. So let's try that, but it's not something that I recommend. I don't think that the Venice cap is all that great, but having it be a 3 makes it slightly better. We're going to start with what? 6 troops? So it's a 12. Okay. Yellow chooses a corner cap. We don't see the white. We don't see purple. My guess is it's highly, highly likely that someone's here. And if there isn't, maybe here. And let's find out, folks. Worst case Ontario, I can always put a 3 back on my capital. And nobody's in the pocket yet. Interesting that nobody's in the pocket yet. Crazy to me. All right, well, let's see how far the 8 goes then. Because this is a fucking god spawn. Yeah. This is a fucking god spawn. Okay, cool. Wow. Wow. Look at that blizzard config. Nobody's actually blocking the pocket. Not me, not nobody. So unless there's somebody in there, which we'll probably find out fairly quickly, we see red, me, yellow. I like to play fairly aggressively when I'm in the open, right? I like to expand. I like to take a bonus turn 1, take a bonus turn 2. White's a bot, so they might break me. We don't know where they capped, though. Okay, that's probably a break line. We lose the France bonus. I did kind of need those 4 troops. In retrospect, yeah, it's a breaker. In retrospect, oh, but it fails the roll. In retrospect, you would want to prioritize hitting bot material, right? I didn't count. I attacked the wrong territory, but I wasn't thinking. I was kind of rushing. Okay. Wrong open. Where do we go from here? Cool blizzards too. So the only other hard choke on the board is here in Egypt. So this chokes off noob corner. So Scotland's at 1 point. Scotland's actually quite nice here. This is one of the better Scotlands, but also either Denmark or Finland. Losing 3 off the yellow cap. Does yellow overextend? 10 stack still good. 9, 8, 7. Okay. Hit the 2. Yeah. Yeah. You have no troops on your capital, sir. You have no troops on your capital. Okay. We know that yellow has no troops on their capital. So we actually pivot in this scenario. Reason being, we know yellow has 0 troops on their capital. Yellow also holds a +6. All I have to do to ruin their entire game is this, and then I can worry about my pocket later. So, ladies and gentlemen, I don't normally advocate going in kind of blind, but since I saw that, this will make them quit. Don't cap in corners. Rule number one, don't cap in corners. Right? How many times do I got to tell you? Rule number one, don't cap in corners. I now have a 2-cap open with one of the craziest pockets on the bottom left, right? So I have a cap exterior, I have a 1 point, I have a 3 point, essentially. One of them is my capital. On these 3 positions, I guard +4, +4, +6, and +4 of Italy. Crazy. And let's just snowball the shit out of this game. All right, open number 7. We are playing as purple, and we're in the second seat. Cool blizzards. So we have Split Italy. We have Egypt. So that's a hard choke. That's a hard choke. We have a soft choke in the front of Russia. Help you guard Russia. We have Berlin. I have a really, really good cap here, choking out the middle. So that's how we're going to play it. Nothing would stop me from capping Vienna here, unless I could control a massive, massive pocket on a 1 point. That's Russia. That's a 2 point. My Russia situation's quite good too. But I just think this is too appealing. So we're going to take the Vienna cap here, creating a solid choke through the middle of the map that only goes through my capital. We see purple, we see blue. Sorry, we see magenta, we see blue. We see white, black, and orange. You were white, where would you go? London looks appealing for white, perhaps. Maybe Dinarides. Dinarides is actually a really good spot for white, if they take it. No, white takes the Russia position. Interesting. Do we see black? Black might cap Gascony, giving them a nice sort of shitty situation with magenta. What is it? I'm going to take turn 1 Dinaric Alps, turn 2 Germany, probably, on this board. Yes, they do cap Gascony. Okay, so we see all the capitals. Do we see orange? Orange is the only one we don't see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Blue probably takes this right away, be my guess. Yeah, great. Thank you, blue. Yep, and I have no reason to accost them. I just want that 2 popped. I guess I have to let it wait. Yeah, no reason to not put our troops on capital. I don't think blue breaks. So I think we have an understanding between me and blue. I'm not open to them. They're not open to me. We both get +4s. All right, so for game 8, playing as purple again, we are going to be again in the second seat, again with Split Italy. Okay, so hard chokes are Southern Italy, Blizzard, and Southern Spain. Soft chokes would be in France. You have the Marseille, you have Romania, and then we have less impactful blizzards, right? You could create one as blue. I like Vienna again here. Maybe I even try and pull off turn 1 Dinaric Alps, turn 2 Split Italy. Maybe turn 1 Italy. This is fine. I like Vienna. It's a 2. I like who sees me. Okay, we don't really see much of our opponents, though. We don't see yellow's cap. We don't see red's cap. I feel like spawning with a 3 in Sardinia actually helps me take Splittily. I probably don't hold it for long, but holding it at all, particularly if no one's down here, gives me another pocket to expand out of. So turn 1, turn 2 sort of thing. Turn 3 maybe probably go this way and explore. See how it goes. Turn 1, what does yellow do? Do we learn anything? Get the troops in. Get the troops in. So this will be cheaper to take. Turn 2. All right, so for game 9, we're playing as green. We are in the first seat. Love that. Impactful Blizzards. We have Gascony. We have Denmark. We have Dinarides. Semi-block. We have Egypt. Okay. Well, I have the 1 point Spain. Or I can choke off a larger piece here in Romania. So this is a really good start for Romania. Or Greece. But I think Romania is stronger. Because Romania also blocks access to Orient. And I control the spawn on Orient, and I control the spawn on Greece. So all of the access coming up this way, goes through me. White chooses a semi-block because they don't have Spain. So White's all the way behind me there in this pocket. We don't see orange. Do we see red? So I'm turn 1 into Southeastern, turn 2 Africa, turn 3 Orient sort of play. Okay, we do see red. Red is in Oslo. Also with a Denmark Blizzard gives them a buried capital. Unless they're trying to take Noob Corner. But almost certainly we're going to see someone here on the other side of that. London, Normandy sort of thing. We don't see yellow. Do we see blue? Yeah. Okay. So red and blue are natural enemies. And I have a good cap, so I can actually work on Africa. I'm just taking the 100% roll. I don't think anyone rolls a 6 cap. We're already working on Africa. That's a really good turn. How's it going to work out for the Peatman? Well, stay tuned. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Those are 10 different opens that you might want to take. Some are better than others for all sorts of reasons. Figuring out where you are in the turn order matters, I would say, secondarily to figuring out where you are on the board. Can you choke off an interesting part of the map? Can you hold it? Can you use that part you're going to hold to leverage your board position to snowball the game? Or are you choosing cap for a later game where you want to stalemate? You want to make sure you have capital cards for as long as possible. Are you late enough in the turn order that you can afford to hold your capital? On a 4, on a 5 stack, you want to pick on bigger numbers if you're later in the turn order. What did you guys think of this? This is a bit of a departure from the normal meta settings videos. I also have a couple of these that we did do all the way to completion, so those are going to get published, and I hope you like them. Tell me what you think. Always appreciate you. If you're interested in getting better at the game of Risk, I invite you to subscribe to my channels. Come along the ride with me. I have a daily release on Free Pete, daily release on the Kill Pete strategy. I love you. I appreciate you. For all of you on the path. World domination. Good games and good luck.